5 of the world's scariest haunted houses. Welcome, brave souls, to a journey through the world's most terrifying haunted houses. We're about to unlock the doors to places where darkness lingers, where the veil between our world and the spectral realm is thin. Prepare yourself for spine-chilling tales and eerie encounters that will haunt your dreams. These are the places that make your skin crawl, where every creak of the floorboard and every whisper of wind sends shivers down your spine. We're diving deep into the unknown, into the heart of paranormal hotspots that have terrified and captivated for centuries. Our first stop takes us to San Jose, California, to a sprawling mansion with a dark secret, the Winchester Mystery House. Built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of the Winchester rifle magnate, this house is a labyrinth of endless hallways, staircases leading to nowhere, and doors that open to brick walls. Legend has it that Sarah, consumed by guilt over the countless lives lost to her husband's invention, built this architectural anomaly to appease the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. Some say she designed the house to confuse the spirits, trapping them within its twisting corridors. Whatever the reason, this house is a hotbed of paranormal activity. Visitors and investigators have reported disembodied voices, cold spots, and the feeling of being watched. There are stories of a ghostly handyman still working on the house, and the apparition of Sarah Winchester herself, forever wandering the halls of her bizarre creation. One of the most active areas is the seance room, a room designed by Sarah to communicate with the spirits. It's said that if you sit in the seance room at night, you can hear the whispers of the dead swirling around you. The Winchester Mystery House is a chilling reminder that some spirits may never find peace, trapped forever within the walls that bind them. From the winding halls of the Winchester Mystery House, we travel to the quiet suburbs of Long Island, New York, to a home forever etched in the annals of paranormal history, the Amityville Horror House. Made infamous by the chilling book and subsequent films, this unassuming Dutch colonial house became synonymous with unimaginable evil on November 13, 1974. It was on that night that Ronald DeFeo Jr. shot and killed 6 members of his family inside the home. DeFeo claimed he was possessed by a demonic entity that compelled him to commit the murders. A year later, the Lutz family moved in, only to flee in terror after just 28 days, driven out by a series of terrifying and unexplained events. George Lutz, the patriarch of the family, described an overwhelming sense of dread and evil that permeated the house. He spoke of swarms of flies that plagued them despite the cold weather, foul odours with no discernible source, and an unseen force that would shake their beds at night. The children, especially young Missy Lutz, claimed to have befriended a demonic entity in the form of a pig with glowing red eyes. The Lutz family's terrifying ordeal cemented the Amityville Horror House as a place of intense paranormal activity, a place where evil once took root and may still linger to this day. Chapter 3. Our journey takes us to Borley in Essex, England. Here lie the ruins of the Borley Rectory, once England's most haunted house. Built in 1863, it was a magnet for paranormal activity. Chilling stories and legends abound. The most famous tale is of a phantom nun, bricked up alive for loving a monk. Her spectral form is said to bring misfortune. Many entities are said to haunt this cursed house. Reports include phantom footsteps, disembodied voices and moving objects. A phantom carriage driven by a headless horseman is also said to appear. The Borley Rectory was where the veil between the living and the dead was thin. Though destroyed by fire in 1939, its legends persist, a chilling reminder of the darkness in the English countryside. Chapter 4. We venture now to the American South, to a stately plantation near St. Francisville, Louisiana, the Myrtles Plantation. This grand antebellum mansion, with its sprawling grounds and moss-draped oaks, holds a dark and tragic history that has made it one of the most haunted locations in the United States. The Myrtles Plantation is steeped in tales of love, betrayal, murder and restless spirits. One of the most famous ghosts said to roam the halls is that of Chloe, a former slave who met a tragic end. Legend has it that Chloe, after being caught eavesdropping, had her ear cut off. In retaliation, she baked a poisoned birthday cake, killing 2 of the plantation owner's daughters. Chloe was then hanged by her fellow slaves, and her body was thrown into the Mississippi River. Today, visitors claim to have captured Chloe's image in photographs, a blurry figure in a turban staring back from the shadows. But Chloe is just one of many spirits said to haunt the Myrtles plantation. There are stories of children who died of yellow fever, their laughter echoing through the halls, and the apparition of a former owner, Judge Clark Woodruff, who was shot on the front porch and can still be heard pacing the floorboards. The Myrtles plantation has been the subject of numerous paranormal investigations, with investigators capturing EVPs, strange temperature fluctuations, and unexplained anomalies in photographs. It's a place where the weight of history hangs heavy, a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Chapter 5. Our final destination takes us to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to a place where even the walls seem to whisper tales of suffering and despair. The Eastern State Penitentiary. This imposing Gothic fortress was once at the forefront of prison reform, designed to inspire penitence and rehabilitation through solitary confinement. But the experiment backfired, leading to mental breakdowns and untold suffering within its cold, unforgiving walls. Today, Eastern State Penitentiary stands as a chilling reminder of a brutal past and a paranormal hotspot that draws those brave enough to confront its darkness. The stories of hauntings within these walls are as numerous as the cells themselves. Visitors and investigators have reported encounters with shadowy figures lurking in cell blocks, disembodied voices echoing through the corridors, and the feeling of being touched or grabbed by unseen hands. One of the most infamous areas is cell block 12, where many inmates were driven mad by the crushing isolation. Here, visitors have reported seeing faces peering from empty cells and a cold, oppressive presence that seems to cling to the air. Another hotspot is the death row, where the spirits of executed inmates are said to linger. The Eastern State Penitentiary is a place where the line between the living and the dead blurs, where the residual energy of suffering and despair seems to seep from the very stones. It's a stark reminder that some places are forever marked by the darkness they have witnessed. Thank you for joining us on this eerie adventure through some of the world's most haunted houses. We've explored the dark corners of history, where tragedy and terror intertwine, and where the spirits of the past refuse to rest. Remember, the next time you hear a bump in the night, it might just be one of these haunted houses calling out to you. Stay safe and sleep tight. But be warned, once you open your mind to the world of the paranormal, you may never look at the shadows the same way again. Sweet dreams.